without this. I'm just kind of hanging out. If anybody wants to join in the chat, let me know. I'll send you a link. Just like I don't know. I'll like put my email address out there, and you just email me, and I'll send you a link. I was just but as you like mature and progress more, and I got some water boiling. As you mature and progress more, you really do start to understand that pretty much all women are like that as a standard rule. And I was kind of pointing this out. Oh, excuse me, I just guzzled coffee. It's getting a little late. It's like 11, but I want to stay up later. Like, yeah, I was pointing out how it's not just feminists that are doing these horrible things to men, right? And there's plenty of women in government. They're getting caught lying. They're getting caught. They're knocking over. They're knocking over small countries. I'm going to try to maintain eye contact with the camera. I'm there's so much stuff going on in my head. I'm like looking up to like, what do I pick and grab? But the thing is like, yeah, they're getting caught sexually harassing their their employees, their male employees in the like State Department. They're knocking over small countries. They're getting caught raping children. They're getting caught doing there's like women bragging on YouTube now about how they rape dudes and stuff, and they if they have to like they have to isolate themselves, you know what I mean, seclude, I mean, it's all out there now. And uh and like I said, it's not just feminists that use all the power that they've been given to get away with this type of stuff. It's it's the very women that say, I'm not a feminist. So you're like, oh, just don't date feminists, right? Yeah. Well, go. It's has nothing to do with whether women are feminists or not. They all, they are a good like portion of them. Most of them initiate divorce and they usually initiate it, for pretty, either they leave the man or cheat on the man, or because men don't benefit from divorce in any way, shape, or form, really. And so, I'm not saying men are perfect in marriages, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, they don't benefit in any way. So the women benefit from divorce generally, and so they either leave the man or cheat on him, and then, or if the man initiates the divorce, what a lot of people don't mention is the man is usually forced to divorce because this woman has either she's cheated on him, she's gone, she's like shacking up with some dude somewhere, stuff like that. So uh point being is that's not all feminists doing that, right? That's the point. My point is that is not all feminists that do these things. It's just women. It's Western women, and you can argue all day whether it's hypergamy, whether, like, I don't always, if knowing knowing the source of the problem is definitely always good if it helps stop the problem, right? You know what I'm saying? But if there's so much debate about the problem because it's a big mystery, I'm all for just stopping it by any means necessary, trying to discourage it, but I'm just saying, not enable it with bias laws and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, it's this is the real proof. The proof. that it's, you know, it's not just feminists doing this stuff, it's women in general. When you know, when it all comes down to it, when it all comes down to it, uh you know, when it's all said and done, you know, it's just women in general doing this stuff. And I have to, you know, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff, like especially like I listen to HDL there, Hell by the Dashboard Lights. I don't agree with everything he says. You know, I don't sit around and be like, oh, you know, I'm not, I don't sit around and I don't play the race game really. I'm not, but I'm not. I don't preach tolerance either. Like I don't sit here and say, look, oh, I'm not racist. I don't give a f if somebody thinks I'm racist. You know, if somebody's racist, just be racist back. Free country. I stole that from the True Sherm, but my point being is that is you know, uh, I do agree with some of the incel stuff that he talks though, because it's clearly evident that women do not choose good men. I mean, that's not only do they not choose good men, I mean, I can show you plenty of like YouTube couples where like the woman pretty much talks, you know, the YouTube couples with a very attractive woman where the woman is talking and she's like guiding the conversation, you know. I mean, she's guiding the narrative and the guy's sitting there like a woman, just, you know, and he's like some geeky balding guy with glasses, some Christian couple where the chick is all banged out from doing porn, you know what I mean? And now she's got a Christian ministry and some Christian guy married her. You can go see this stuff. And she's like, yes, well, you know, when I was in porn and my father and I always felt rejected. Yeah, you felt rejected. There wasn't one guy that wanted to date you, right? There wasn't one decent guy that wanted to date you. And, you know, and just stuff like that. And what a mess this country is, man. So if you're like, so there's like a ton of decent guys that can't find wives in the church, and then some banged out, you know, walled out, you know, actress. She gets a ministry and she gets thousands and thousands of subscribers and tons of support, and a husband who sits there and just goes, yep, yep, whatever she says. I mean, I'm not joking. This is America now. And you know, someone like me, you know, I just did a video which, you know, people are really upset about my my Antifa video that I just did, and I don't care. If now I will, you know, I don't like going around wrong, and I have enough dignity to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm not really looking into it anymore either. I'm kind of on to other stuff, but rather than thumbs me down and just, you know, talk smack, why don't you send me a link to like a story that proves, like, you know, some manifesto or something, or, you know, where he was gonna go shoot up the school. And I don't care if you had guns. If people, I think more guns at a school makes the school more safe. So I want to know, you know, I want to know, you know, I'll sit here and be like, oh, hey, by the way, I'll make a whole video. I was wrong. I should have looked a little further. The guy, it's proven he was going to go, you know, he was going to go commit some violence. He was going to go, you know, he's going to jump off, basically. He's going to jump off and go on a suicide mission and shoot up a bunch of kids and teachers or something. You know what I mean? For no reason whatsoever. Like, you know, he was a sadistic piece of crap. He was a child abuser. You know, he just, you know, whatever. And I'll sit here and eat my hat proudly. I'll proudly eat my hat. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, a guy like me, you know, I'm viewed like I'm basically a terrorist. You know what I mean? So some balding dork with glasses, you know, that is like, you know, got some, hot Christian girlfriend, and which is fine, by me. I don't really care the way things are, because like, as we all know, in Mgtow, the juice is not worth the squeeze. I don't really sit here and complain about not having women much, because I've had women, and I have children. So, and I really, I'm actually, that's why, another reason why I want to document my whole court case, so to speak. I'm not going to show names. I just want to show quick details, glimpses of things. I'm not going to get super into detail. You know what I mean? I'll show my name and like what is going, and I'll like, I'm going to like make copies of my, and thing, and black out things that, and I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to destroy my ex, or my, because that would destroy my children. Like, if I go after my ex hardcore, if I go right for the throat, like try to like go for criminal contempt right now, man, it's a very delicate game. Like, I don't want to get her thrown in jail, because my kids will get taken away from her, and then they'll be in a foster home, and then DC, I'm trying to keep the situation. I did call to schedule an appointment. They haven't got back to me yet. I have to call them back, I guess, like next week or something like that. But Monday. But yeah, things are going pretty good, and I'm just trying to tell you, I wouldn't know. I don't know if my ex would be quite a feminist, but I'm sure she's, most girls have that. Oh, we can do anything. We don't need a man mentality nowadays. Even the ones that have boyfriends and say they're conservatives will say, I know women in my family that are so-called conservatives, but they'll every now and then you'll see that meme go down the page with the chick, like this, and with the, we can do, you know, women can do anything basically, and she's supposed to be a conservative, and she's gonna get to work herself into an early grave the way she wanted to. She's already talking about issues from trying to keep up with men on the job, doing lifting stuff in a working in a warehouse type situation. These women, man, I'm telling you, man, they have no idea what they got. They totally took the bait. They get to work themselves into an early grave now. Who's all in the room here? I haven't even checked to see. I usually go for a little while, see if anybody's watching. This is AWALT all room here. I haven't even checked to see. Yeah, I can hear myself. 6 watching. Thumbs up. Thanks, bro. Misanthropic zombie. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, like, yeah, show up at my, yeah. No, I'm not going on no suicide missions over my kids, because I'm just gonna keep. I believe we can start a revolution just by getting the truth out there, bro. I literally believe that things are so screwed up that if you get enough of the truth out there and wait, and it'll piss people off enough to the point you'll start a revolution. Basically, you'll start a civil war. So I don't have to go on a suicide mission. I'm just gonna keep getting the truth out there. Like, you guys don't want to hear the truth, and I'm just gonna keep saying it louder and louder and louder, and then I'll get my civil war, and I'll suffer too. But if this is going to be if I'm going to live in if my country's going to turn into hell on earth, with kids being turned into, with little boys being turned into women, and matriarchy, and me never knowing who my kids are, and having no, you know what I mean? Then I would rather. I didn't pledge allegiance to that. I didn't, when I was a kid. I didn't pledge allegiance to that type of nonsense. I'm trying to keep this clean, so I'll just keep waking men up by showing them the truth until enough men go, really? And then just, I'll start a civil war just by getting the truth out there. I don't have to go anywhere with a gun. The truth is so powerful, it'll start wars. You know what I'm saying? The truth will start wars. Start a world war with the truth, man. So whatever, I'll just keep telling the truth. Antifa guy wasn't there for his daughter. Really? Is there an article or something on that? I thought he was there to pick up his daughter. That's the story that I saw. You must talk about the Civil War. You can come in. I'll send you uh let me see. All right, here. Let me put my where the hell is the I can't even see the mouse. Literally, like my mouse has like disappeared. Okay, there it is. I got it now. I don't know what the hell that was. So here, let me 3D modeler. Yeah, damn mice. They take off on you. I believe I'm yeah, 3D modeler. Yeah, just send me a email to there. Just send me a quick email and I'll reply with the link, bro. That's all. Yeah, just and you can come right in. I'll check my mail real quick. I'll get out of here. I don't need to see this. All right. Where the frick is there we go. I don't know why it goes to that screen. I don't even like that screen, man. All right. The hell is this? Yeah, just send me an email to that. And I'll just keep refreshing it until I see your email. If so-called Americans don't like the truth, you know, if all I got to do is because it's already kicking off, like men are really just read the news, man. It's already kicking off. Men are really getting like red pilled, man. I mean, Mgtow's taking off, right? And I don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's like we're kind of riding a rocket right now. You know what I'm saying? And I predict it to just get bigger because men are really getting red pilled. I mean, we're proving it. We're showing the statistics. You know, we're not backing down to the shaming tactics, and we're not taking the gaslighting anymore. Where the hell was I gonna go? I'm trying to walk and chew bubble gum here, man. Man, man, it's the Mgtow Misfit coming at you. And once again, we all know about my challenge, where if you really want to shut down my channel, show me like a handful of guys in your town. Show me there's equality in the courts, and that men really just don't really give a shit about their kids, and show me some guys with through 2, 3, 4, 5 kids from like 3 different relationships in a marriage, and he has custody of all their they have these men have custody of all their kids. Or show me these alpha males, not baby boomers, like, because baby boomer, those were told, everybody knows those were different rules. Show me a Gen Xer. Show me a bunch of, like, a handful of Gen Xers, you know what I mean? From your high school class that have been married 20 years, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids like they had back during the American dream, no debt. You know what I'm saying? You show me all these Americans live like why I should shut down my channel and not be concerned about the family and where marriage has gone, because there's just, don't show me the exception to the rule. Show me proof, the evidence that marriage is working, and that fathers are getting their kids, and that, if a father needs help, there's Section 8 and grants and free daycare, and he can sit around on his ass all day and wipe asses. You know what I mean? Show me all this stuff. I'll shut down my channel. I'll be like, oh, I guess I'm a loser. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll shut my channel down. So that's the Mgtow Misfit challenge. And I am a misfit because I tell the truth, people. I am a misfit because I tell the truth, and I'm going to keep telling the truth. I don't care if it starts a damn civil war, man. Somebody wants to debate me. You want to debate me? Come on the show. Gameplay. I want to see I'll just show me the article. Somebody's debating me about this. He shot at the police after he was bum rushed. He shot at the police after he was by bum rushed by multiple police trying in a custody dispute where he had no rights to his children whatsoever. And I want to see proof he was abusive or something to sway me that he shouldn't have had firearms either, like a restraining order. There, that's all. Whatsoever. That's my reply to you. See, I'm replying to somebody right now. I'm debating right now. You're watching me debate live on my channel. This guy's trying to say the Antifa guy shot at the police. I said he got shot at the police after he was bum rushed by multiple police in a custody dispute where he had no rights to his children whatsoever. That'll make a dad snap. Why don't you go steal a baby from a silverback then? Why don't you just walk in and say, hey, Mr. Silverback, you're a little aggressive there, a little too masculine, so Mr. Silverback, I'm just going to grab your baby and walk away. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you ask for trouble, you want to separate fathers from their children on a regular basis, you're going to get some trouble, man. It's just the way it works. So I'm going to check my mail. if the zombie wants to come in here. So far, my internet hasn't quit. All right, here we go. I got something. Invite. Okay, yeah. I'm clicking on it. I'm going to reply. Let me get the link. It's from right here. Add a person, I think. I'm getting here. So, reply. There you go. All right, you should be able to come in now. Make sure you shut the volume off on your, if you got the YouTube chat open, the live stream open. Events, live streaming. Trying to get the page back open again, see who the heck's in here. And Mgtow's just rocking the world right now, Trying to get the page back open again, see who the heck's in here. First Amendment right, really. It's us exercising our Mgtow's just rocking the world right now, Trying to get the page back open again, see who the heck's in here. What's up, Mgtow Bachelor? Good to see you. Good to see people. Got 5 people watching. Hello, all 5 people, all 5 viewers. Got 4 watching now. Hello, all 4 viewers. Maybe misanthropic zombies popping in. Are you in here yet, bro? Yes, you are.
I think I am.
You
hear me?
How's it going?
God damn it! Let me get track of the thing. Hold up. Technology hates us.
I can hear you. Can everybody else hear you? Is the question. I have to turn my volume up. I don't know if I can turn it up anymore. Is your volume up on your mic?
I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So you're wrong.
Ooh, whoa, yeah, I heard you that time.
Yeah, you're wrong, dude.
All right, cool.
So yeah. I completely here's your deal. What your video, and I think your video was important, and you said it in the beginning, like this video will not be made unless it's by me. Somebody has to say it. And guess what? That's the reason why I'm responding, because you're right. These thoughts do cross minds. It's important to talk about. So I did the same thing a couple of years ago. Remember Steve Stevens, the black guy that shot the old man brutally in the street for no reason?
No, refresh my memory. I do not recall that.
It was a couple of years ago. It was just this random dude, and he shot this old black guy in the street for no reason. And me and SFM at the time covered the story, and I was like, "Hey, let's put ourselves in the murderer's spot. Why would he do this? What did he go through? What's his backstory?" Right? He
Right.
fucking hated me for that. And I'm not dissing SFM, by the way. I'm just saying that the opposition was like, hey, what are you talking about? We don't condone murder in any way. Your video was in accord to what I was talking about. Why is it only certain murderers get a pass? As far as the how do we connect with them? How do we understand their stories? Why did they come to do what they do? If we can figure out what they did, maybe we can avoid murder in the future. Like, isn't that kind of the premise of your deal? Like, well, maybe if like here's the deal. Like in your perspective, if he wasn't fucked in the courts with the fatherhood thing, he'd be all right.
It probably would not have escalated to that level in the first
But
place, right? And people don't want to accept that because they don't want to go like if I feel like people just don't want to hear the truth because it makes then they have a responsibility to change their views on something, and changing your views on the courts and the family courts and all the and gangs of police in every city and town nationwide is a big thing to change your views on all of a sudden. That's a big thing to come to terms with, and I think it scares the absolute hell out of people. For I don't want
what
to get
what scares me is that you're defending someone who, uh, by tribal signation, right? The shirt he was wearing when he was died is completely against us. So even he here's the deal. This is the weird thing about certain Mgtow, not all Mgtow, or not anybody in the mainstream. But we can lend credit and sympathy and humanity and try to understand the plight of the men toward those that will never do the same for us. Ever.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like we get past the political stuff and the spins and
But it's
everything,
all
and
they're not.
we go right back to like the root of the problem, basically, which is their, like you said.
But still, you are the patriarchy, and he
Yes,
wanted
and
you to die
I, I,
and his
I,
people
I know that. I
as
understand that,
he was
and
getting shot.
I attribute that to basically the self fulfilling prophecy type thing of the problem itself that we're facing. Do you
But,
understand what I'm
but
saying?
yeah, I feel you. But you know what? But you know what else is going on with like MGTOW? A lot of the old MGTOW. Like,
Yeah,
there's a whole thing going on. A lot of us are evolving, and none of it. Here, all right, I'm gonna try to be very, very fucking careful what I say right now. We're all evolving into and something we can't really articulate. I think later on we'll get together, talk about it, compare notes,
I
and
think
come
that
up with a new
I think I've kind
philosophy.
of had
However, what I'm
I
telling
think
you,
I've had kind of
here's the
visions of
deal:
that. Yep.
like MGTOW as it stands right now, it's not good enough. It's not helpful enough to people past the red pill rage stage. It's not good enough. It's not helpful enough, right? So when you get to a certain, I hate this idea, but when you get to a certain plateau in life with the red pill knowledge, you're like, what the fuck do I do next? And then you try to do the next thing, and that's an adventure. And everybody's doing that. Like, even the old school guys that made MGTOW a thing are doing that, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's no path yet. Nobody's reported 20 years, 15 years, 10 years into MGTOW as we know it. What does it look like? Nobody's done that yet. But what I can tell you is that vouching for an Antifa motherfucker is a little stupid. It's a little retarded. It's a little retarded, bro. Come on.
I did not want to make that video, man. I did not want to make it, but
I mean, here's the deal. If you thought it,
I'm not
if you
vouching.
thought it,
I'm not so much vouching for him
no,
because,
don't turn back on what you said. I
but
understand what you were doing.
I'm just saying that, like, you know, I'm more, because I still
What
think
was
you.
his, no, your basic point was
I
this.
still believe he was a pretty
Dude,
effed up individual. Let me speak. I'm
but
saying
but but
I still believe he was a pretty effed up individual. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but anyway, yeah. Like, I wouldn't have agreed with the guy or liked hanging around with the guy. Probably, I probably would have wanted to leave any room that guy was in, just to avoid any kind of confrontation with him myself. You know. But at the same time, I don't want to see any father separated from their kids like that, unless there's you better
And
show
that's
me
the thing.
you better show me damn good proof why you want to separate a father from his kids, man. But anyway, yeah.
You're right. I agree with you. But
Yeah.
this is what exposes us, those that are like kind of sensitive to this issue,
Yeah.
hip to the game, right? We're vulnerable. If a given story, involves a father's rights, whatever, custody, we might be biased. And this puts us in a really crazy situation. And your video was important because you gave voice to that, right? You gave voice to that, like that crazy thought
Right.
that
Yeah.
not supposed to talk about thought. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, you're
So
welcome,
when I
man.
first saw the title, I was pissed off. I was. But guess what? That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You
No,
elicited
I'm trying to.
a
Yes.
reaction,
Right. I'm provoking thought.
right?
I'm
And
trying
so when I
to.
watched the video and was like, okay, oh, this is boring. He's speaking reason. I got bored. I was like, okay, yeah, well, he's not wrong. Like, so eventually I got bored. So I was like, oh yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. So he's not really saying, Antipa's dope. He's just saying this guy may have been going through what a lot of us have, which was like the whole trying to get our kids back shit. We don't know it for sure.
And imagine going through it, being completely blue pilled like him, and thinking it's the patriarchy, when really you're basically about to go make yourself a sacrifice, like a human sacrifice for feminism. Basically, like, he literally just threw himself out there on the altar and made himself a sacrifice for feminism.
I mean,
God,
so
dude, man, whoa, what a way to go,
think about
man.
it. Like, here's the deal. Like, if you're a human being and you're not a sociopath and you can try to connect
Yeah.
with this story, this puts you in a really weird place, right? Like, you have to, like, here's the deal. Like, this is some Star Trek. You remember Star Trek back in the day made you think some shit?
Yeah.
Like, not new Star Trek, but old school.
Old school,
like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is a human quandary. Like, what do we do in this circumstance? Like, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
That's what your video was. Kind of, in a dork, stupid way. I'm sorry. I'm totally failing right now. But yeah, that's what it was. I appreciate your video. It pissed me off. And I don't think that Mgtow should be around unless they piss people off. Because to piss people off and make them think and make them want to talk to you or make a rebuttal, there's no other point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless we go unless we go like off script, like, what's the point? You made that video for responses. You want our feedback, right?
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah. I want to be proven wrong, but whatever. If somebody doesn't prove me wrong, then I guess it's just that video will stand. I will retract my point of view. If someone's like, you idiot, it said right here in this article he was planning to go shoot up the school, I'd be like, oh, well, sorry, man, fuck.
Well, we don't know that, do we?
No,
so
we don't. Yeah,
we don't know anything, and guess what? We will never know it.
No, I know. No, he's dead now. Unless he had wrote it down secretly somewhere, or unless they just spin the story. Who knows what the heck? Nothing surprises me anymore. Like, for all I know, it's, man, sometimes it's like a nightmare. Like when I've researched things so deeply that like I feel like the so-called deep state, that's the new name for it, is the deep state, is so I like I don't know if like my view of fake news and somebody else's view of fake news might be totally different, because I sometimes I feel like everything's so whack that everything's being completely orchestrated, and that, you know what I mean, and that we're watching like Hollywood and the news are the same basically almost, but it's incredible. But whatever, who the hell knows what's going on? All I can do is see what they throw at us and try to decipher it as best I can.
Well, I, I get the sense that everything that's anti-liberal, anti-leftist, SJW, NPC, whatever, right? I get the sense that it's almost at this point it's easy to attack them, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy that the regular common folk masses can fall into that, which they keep doing, right? So there's more on the right. And that doesn't, here's the deal. When I was coming up, the right looked totally different, dude. Do you remember the right like in 1980, in 1990? Everybody hated the right. And why? Because they were like way strict Christian fundamentalists. You can't do anything. And everybody in their youth was like, "Oh, that doesn't make sense."
Yeah,
Like I should be able to do this.
it was like kind of attributed to some David Koresh type stuff or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then yeah,
So,
and the
so,
and the
so
and the
they're
and the left and the left was pretty much anti-war. Just their big platform was anti-war.
or seemingly
Really,
so.
yeah,
Like
right?
we come to find out later that the anti-war people always were for war.
Yeah, no, I
Like
believe you.
we find that out later.
Yeah, the
So
the
that's the thing.
neoliberals or whatever. I don't know what you want to
I mean,
call
like
them. Right? No, I
if
hear you.
if it comes
No,
down to it, like I guess I am more on the right. I have to be, I suppose, but I don't even know what that means, and I'm a
yeah,
little bit pissed off
I think
because I
it
don't
means
know what that means anymore.
I would think it means that you basically, I would hope you would think it would mean that at the very least you want your like Bill of Rights. You know what I mean? You want your like free speech or privacy and the right to defend yourself, basically.
That would be dope. That'd be nice.
That's a nice place to start. I don't know. I don't know. Everything's so convoluted. Like I want to, I feel like conservatives have, as I've said before, like that cartoon, they drew a line, and then the leftists, they were like, "Go ahead, cross the line." And then this is, not the old the new liberals, and the liberals are like, "Okay," and they cross it, and then then the right's like, "Okay, cross this line," and then they cross it, and pretty soon the line's like doesn't even mean anything anymore. So I'm trying to somehow convert back to the old line and be a little more I guess some people would, but I don't want to be a trad con at the same
So
time
here's the thing.
because of the whole marriage situation. It's a
Like,
real conundrum.
I have a better,
It's a real mind f. It's a real mind f, dude. But
I
anyway,
have a
go.
better question.
Right.
Why have men like me and you, obviously outliers, weirdos, freaks, whatever?
Misfits.
Why have even us, like, why have we been seduced into this left and right paradigm? What
Well,
happened? So I'm not questioning whether
right.
who's wrong or right in the left and right. I'm saying what is attracting us to give a fuck?
Yeah. I guess the
Like,
Bill of
what's
Rights
going on with that?
the Bill of Rights isn't even on the right. It's just the Bill of Rights just is a thing. It's not left or right. I'm not really left or right, but I don't know, man. I can't. I got to at least have some common sense. You know what I mean? And that's the big thing. Is I don't see the right having very much. I see the right wanting to also be in a vacuum chamber, just like the leftists, and have their safe space. Nobody wants to hear the truth on the left or the right is one of the big problems, and I don't know.
And that's our problem. Like,
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't want to use the acronym Mgtow to say like, oh, this is how we're different. Because no, there's a lot of people that use the acronym that I hate. Like this acronym has been take it for granted. Like
Yeah,
a
and
lot
it
of people that use the Mgtow thing, I fucking hate them, dude. They do
yeah.
not represent anything. They suck.
I've seen videos where people are saying it's basically become a pissing contest, and I think that's due to a lot of COINTELPRO and
I don't think well, even if it was due to that, could only be vulnerable if there was a vulnerability there in the first place. And what I mean by that is like, hey, we're about going to old school masculinity, so let's revisit or experiment or whatever. Talk about, hierarchy. What does that mean for us? We see in all other animals, we're males in this animality of humanity, in this human emanation of existence. What does it look like? What do we actually know? Let's look at history. Let's look at philosophy. We used to talk about really deep shit. You remember, Stu? Stu, you remember. We used to talk about really deep shit. We can't talk about it no more. Everybody's caught up on some fucking drama. They confused us. They distracted us. They really did.
all right, we're back. Sorry, I lost my connection there.
Okay. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I was heard.
yeah, I'm not either, but whatever. We can go on from there. It's not that important. I know it is important, but I mean, I'm sure we've said it and we'll say it again. I'm gonna get some coffee. You go ahead and talk for a few minutes.
Okay. I hate it. I'm on a solo. Okay, so what I was talking about was if there is a system, the system wants to preserve itself, and if that system seems to be anti everybody else's interest, it makes sense. Okay. I keep getting clings and dings and things I'm not expecting. I probably sound like an idiot. I don't care. You know what? I should sound like an idiot. You know what? Actually, it's great that I sound like an idiot because most of my legacy is sounding too smart, being the wise guy, always fucking checking somebody, which makes sense because I am a wise guy and I am a smart ass, but I don't like the legacy. So fuck you and your legacy.
You know, I one a kind of an allegory, like we're really on. I feel like we're really in kind of unexplored territory, and I feel as we go further, like you said, we don't know what it looks like where we're going. And I feel like I'm literally in a spiritual way or something, or like I guess as an allegory or an analogy or whatever, almost like a warrior just venturing into a really dark fucking cave, and all I have is a torch and a sword or something, and I'm just kind of I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna run into, but it might
What,
be good.
what,
It might be good, and it might be really bad. And I'm just
do
pushing
you know?
forward, man. I'm just pushing forward, and I'm terrified sometimes a little bit. I'm scared, but what am I gonna do, right?
I have a problem with that whole scenario. Like I like part of it, but I hate the uh the feeling part of it. The
Yeah,
feeling part is like, okay, hey, all I have is myself and this torch and nothing else. And I'm against the world, right?
right,
The world.
right.
What the
Yeah,
fuck can I do against the world? But here's the deal. I want us or men like us or comrades or whatever the fuck you want to call it that day to adopt a different sort of attitude is like, oh shit, like maybe the world is totally fucked and ending, but what do I do about it? Like, and I'm not suggesting you have to be violent or anything like that. I'm just suggesting put your place, put yourself in that place, like the dude, the crazy Antifa guy, right? I don't think he put like maybe he was in some crazy place in that school day, and if he was, he's crazy, he's an asshole. But put yourself outside of a school and not harming kids with a gun and doing, other things.
Well,
And
people are like, he brought a gun to school. Well, he was getting completely screwed over in court and was probably anticipating police showing up
we can't defend.
and was planning on making a stand. And I don't know what to say about that. Like,
I mean,
but,
still, I
right.
sort of sympathize, but I'm not going to tell you I sympathize. Like, I'm not going to really admit it.
Me neither. And if I ever do anything stupid like that, then don't sympathize with me either, I guess. But I'm just saying, like,
Do you know why we did it?
huh?
Do you know why? Because he showed up at a school, he got shot, and he didn't kill any kids. I think that's probably why we sympathize, because he didn't actually hurt any children.
No,
So,
he didn't. No, he didn't even kill any police, did he?
so we don't know. So it's like a fucking mystery. It's a grab bag mystery. We can make the story anything we want it to be, and
Yeah,
that's a problem too.
I
That's
haven't,
what's the problem.
I haven't looked any further into it, and I probably will. I'm sure as things pop up, video, YouTube knows me probably better than I fucking know me, so I'm
No,
sure
but your video is important.
that.
It's because it questions the status quo. It questions the status quo of the right, of
Yeah,
most Mgtow, of most manosphere. Like, oh, this guy was just a piece of shit. We have to call him out by default because we have to call out our own bad guys who seem to be on the right. But shut up. No, he showed up with a gun. It failed. He got shot.
yep,
Like, actually, in a way, this is a weird story because there was no harm, no foul, other than his life.
right, right.
So, do you have the ability to empathize or sympathize with his life? Do we know enough about his life? And I think that's where you like some people try to go with it. Like, well, like the whole custody thing is curious because that's the first thing I thought too. The moment I learned about that detail because I read the story, I heard of the story, whatever, and I was like, yo, it was a custody battle, and he showed up at the school. One thing, he's retarded. If you do want to fight a custody battle, don't show up at school. That's
Yeah, no,
retarded.
no doubt.
They
I
ain't
know,
gonna
I
help
hear you.
you. The school's always gonna be on her side, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
9 times out of 10, the school is comprised of how many women in admin, faculty, teachers? Like it's mostly gonna be women. So like you gotta show up and
And
be like, oh,
if you're a single dad, I mean, I think it was Sandman did a video. Not that I like always like plug Sandman or anything, but he did do a video where a police officer, an ex police officer, I think, uh, and I'm just to go further into what you said. Just I'm validating what you're saying. Wrote him about a situation where he was going to school with his kids and they kept asking him about them. Where's the mother? Oh, and he was like, well, she's not, we're not together and I have full custody. And he said that wasn't good enough. They didn't want his phone number. They, you know what I mean? They wanted, and they kept bringing her up. And then, I'm just saying, like, so like you said, yeah, they're always going to be on the mother side, and it's going to be,
dude,
all
I
the
can make a
single
whole
soccer
video.
moms. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I can make a whole video series about single dads. And
Yeah.
we're on the rise, by the way, because of like weird default shit, whatever. We are on the rise.
Yep.
Because and not
Yeah.
because
More
of
men are
legal
getting
systems.
educated and they're going, what I can, like I'm pretty.
They're on the rise for the wrong reasons. And one of the reasons why they're on the rise is because most women, there's no cost to a lot of these guys. They just end up with their kids and they want to be with their kids. So it's sort of like not a big deal, but it is. Like, where's the mom? So that happens, right? What do you do with that? And that's going to be a whole story. But guess what? Who's going to do a study on the productivity and the success rate of single dads? Is anybody going to do that study? Any university has their hand up? Hey, we see a spike in single fathers. Should we investigate what's going on with that? No.
All right. I keep getting the boot here. But as I was saying,
No,
as I was no, as I was saying, I'm going to show a video. I'm going to do a video soon, pretty much step by step, just to educate men, like you said, because we are on the rise, and I want to boost that by doing an educational video here soon, where I pretty much talk about step by step the entire process I went through not paid lawyers. Because I would not be where I am. I'm about to visit my kids, and I would not be where I am if I had to pay lawyers. I wouldn't have had the money to do this. So. But anyway.
Well, I want to make a series on the plight of the single father and what happens when you make it to the other side. And that I think there's an assumption by like single father Manspherians, Mgtow, whatever, that like when you get to the other side, it's all good and gravy. It's not.
Yeah.
Like once you have custody, here's the deal. You were the sole custody of a human being with the soul, male or female, it doesn't really matter. You got a whole different ball of wax either way. And you were fighting the system after that every step of the way.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm pretty much kind of already am expecting that basically. I'm kind of glad the way things are turning out right now. Like I'm getting supervised visits, and some people would be like, "Oh, supervised visits of your own kids," but I kind of want supervised visits because I don't want any. I don't want to be doing anything without witnesses around because of the mother. I don't want her saying I was harassing her or I was raising my voice or I said this or did that. I don't want any he said, she said stuff involved. And at first, I'm not even going to I'm not laying anything heavy on my kids. I'm just going to kind of be like, hey, I'm just want I'm your real dad. And if you ever need something and I can help you,
Stu,
say no more, basically.
That's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. All of those concerns are the tip of the iceberg because, all right, so granted, you're with the child alone, doing your thing, doing your cool father thing, like, hey, this is who I am, and you're doing your father thing, right?
Yep.
Do you know how many expectations are upon you on that alone style shit? Countless. You start to realize that you never owned that child. The state does. And then you're like, okay, well, all right, well, the state owns my kid. What the fuck? What is my place?
Yeah, no, that's where we've come. And when you say that to conservatives, they get really fucking mad. Hey, listen to this real quick. I'll make this story short. I just recently basically had a conference, or not conference, what do you call it, a dispute basically with a veteran who's like my father's age, and we were driving home from a gun show in New York, and and he's got his Make America Great hat on again, and I'm in the back seat, and like he started talking about his political views and this and that, and I agreed with a bunch of them, but then I just kind of threw my little twist on in there, my little Mgtow twist. I was just kind of like, hey, well, one of the problems we have nowadays is the gun culture and everything is not viewed by women as being, because we were talking about gun culture and stuff like that. And I said, it's not really viewed by women as being masculine. It's more viewed by women as being antisocial and kind of terrorist and whatever because of, feminism and political correctness. And he was all like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, and I was like, no, really. And he just started getting really mad and calling me crazy and shit. And I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I might have some marks still on my my knuckles here because he started yelling over me and calling me crazy, you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm sick of people doing that to me, and I'm pretty sure it's that attitude that has ruined my reputation in this town in the first place. And so I basically just I like my father has a dog cage made out of metal, like a cross steel, like cross like cross steel dog cage, like what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, like corrugated steel or whatever, for when he has the dog in the back. And I just was like, smash, and I like punched that, and it pushed both of their fucking seats forward. And I was like, call me fucking crazy again, motherfucker, call me crazy again, motherfucker. And he was like, you better not do that again. And then he started opening the door while the car was fucking moving. And I'm to the point, I used to be a really nice guy. I would never, this is like the stuff I've been doing lately for the past 10 years is unheard of behavior for me. And my father's all like, hey, I started laughing at him. I was like, basically had my Joe Pesci moment. I was like, he's going to jump out of the car while it's moving. He's so fucking stupid. And then he like put his foot back in, and he didn't close the door all the way, but he pulled it shut. And my father pulled over, and he's like, it's only going to be 15 minutes till we get home. And I said, no, let him get out of the car. I said, you fucking faggot. I said, you stupid fucking faggot, get the fuck out of the car. And this guy my father's friend, a veteran, got out of the car, and I got out, and we left this guy like 15 minutes into New York, and and we're back out on the highway, and I'm like, fuck that motherfucker, fuck that fucking faggot. I said to my father. And this program just got really explicit and for adults only. If you don't like what I'm saying, then fuck you, turn the fucking channel. But anyway, so that's just an example of me. I'm getting sick of these fucking conservatives ruining my reputation. I know what people in this town think of me, and I'm getting sick of it. It's hurting my my ability to pursue happiness, and it's making people biased against me. And I'm fucking sick of it. They've ruined my life. They've ruined my parents' legacy. And now they hold it. Now that this town has ruined my legacy, now they can think they can treat me like a loser. And I'm so sick of it. I'm about ready to go back to the olden days where, oh, you want to call me? Maybe I got to make an example out of somebody then. But so my point being is, that happened about 2 fucking weeks ago. And that's me. That's how.
Can you hear me?
Just like the leftist liberals, you just got to say the right thing to trigger them too, and then they can't come back at you with a logical argument. He couldn't say, no, there's tons of women down at the gun club. There's tons of hot girls down at the gun club with guys supporting their men.
That was never a thing, bro. That was never a thing.
Holding their paper. You know what I mean? He couldn't say anything like that. He had to just say, I'm fucking stupid and I'm crazy, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this country. I'm sick of the left. I'm sick of the right.
No, like, you're right to be sick of the country, but like, are you hearing me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't know. Something's going on.
Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you barely.
Well, that sucks. Barely is not good enough.
Should I reboot the podcast, or?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. Man.
I want you to hear me, because we were about to have a good conversation. I want you to hear me. So, okay. That sucks. What's going on? He came back. He's there. I see him.
Yep.
Yo.
Still can't hardly hear anything. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I can't even be.
Maybe it's my.
Sorry, people.
Shitty
maybe I should get going, I guess. We got 8 people watching too. It's picking up in here, but I'm having technical difficulties. I don't know what it is. Let me see.
All right, you know what? In the meantime, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Like,
All right.
hello? There we go.
Talk to me about
All
fucking
right,
your
all right,
tumble.
all right, all right. My microphone jack. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah,
All
I
right,
hear you, bro.
I can hear you
We're
now.
good. We're
All right,
fucking good.
my microphone jack is loose. I just yeah, I just wiggled it around in it. I don't know. I didn't know it was loose. All right.
All right, so I don't know where to pick off. Like, where do we go? Like, you're
It kicked off where I was basically, I'm not bragging about this situation, where I basically had a confrontation with a veteran almost and kicked him out of my father's car. He almost jumped out while it was fucking moving. And we left him like 15 minutes in New York. And it's because I'm trying to tell him that women don't understand masculinity anymore. They fear it. Everybody fears it. And he doesn't want, and feminism has ruined women. And this country is just effed. And he got so
right.
mad. He got so mad. He just started, he wants to call me a loser and say I'm crazy. So I like literally was like, I was like, all right,
Hold on. Let's go back to that crazy thing. That dude, this random motherfucker, doesn't know anything about anything, called you
no,
crazy.
right. Exactly.
So
Well,
can I
but no,
step in?
it's not
Like,
random. No, it's not random. This town has
no,
ruined
no, no, no. I
has
know where
ruined
you're
my
about.
reputation. This town has ruined my
No,
reputation because I've
I,
always thought
I
outside the
understand.
box like that. Yeah. But
I
anyway,
understand that. Here's the deal. Can I interject?
yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
just
I'm gonna have to fucking put a precipice, a prelude on this. I hate the mental health field. I hate it with a passion, right?
yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. You're right.
However, I am overly educated in their ways. And,
Well, it's a good
and
thing
so 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 here's the
to
deal.
know.
So Stuart, like I'm
What were
about
you?
to diagnose you and I don't want you to hate me for it.
Go ahead.
I think you're awesome. Like here's the deal. Like you know what? I don't even want to do it no more. I don't want to do I hate titles. I hate the whole man. Here's the deal. I think I have part of you figure out, but obviously you
I'm
can't figure out everything.
I'm usually a little more calculated even than people think. I'll tell you that much. Like, trust me, I calculated. I did almost say some things I shouldn't have in that situation. I did almost say some things that I would have regretted because it would have been a threat. But you know, I shut myself up and did not say. I went, I'll fuck. I went.
Well,
I said, I was like, I'll fucking. I was like, he kept calling. I was like, call me crazy again. I'll fucking. And I went, oop. And then I went, oop, like that. And I was like, never mind what I'll do. And but but I'm just saying, like, I'm a little more calculated, even when it looks like I'm, not. But I hear you though. Go ahead. You can diagnose me. I
all
don't.
right, okay. Let me get all around the bout, all around the bout, like as if we're on a ship. Are can you promise or begin to promise that you will never put yourself in a situation which you will be shot?
No. I would never. I mean,
Answer,
or no,
bro.
no. I could be
Dude, that's the
shocked.
wrong
I could be shocked. I would never promise myself that I
answer.
couldn't be put in a
Well,
situation where I wouldn't be shocked.
what I'm telling you is that can you try to not put yourself in situations in which you might be shot?
Oh yeah.
Can you do that for me?
Oh, I thought you said shocked. No, I hear you, man. I hear
You're
you.
shocked? Oh, everybody's gonna be shocked. To
No,
live it.
no, I would have meticulously tried to hold it, made sure I held his hand down while I was punching his face in, not so he couldn't get his gun out. But anyway, I don't
Why
think
do
he
you
would
like
have.
violence so much?
I don't think he had his pistol with him
Like
because we were.
you know what? The way you said that, I thought about your character today. Like you,
I know he might have been packing. Are you kidding me? I'm not.
boom, boom, boom. Like every situation, every problem is solved by fisticuffs, big
No,
ass,
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
fist.
No. Not every problem is, and and I can say that I know I'm an example of that. By I've barely been in, and I've been in maybe I've been in 5 fights my whole life, like 3 of them before I was 14 or 15, and then the last 2 when I decided to not be a nice guy anymore around the age of 31 or so. So the last 2 fights I got in were in the past 2 years, and only one of them was a full-on actual fisticuffs fight, and I pretty much disfigured this kid in Arizona for the rest of his life. But
Hey, that's where I'm at.
yeah, I really fucked him up. I fucked his eye socket up, and whatever though, was in self-defense. He couldn't really call the police on me. It was 3 guys against me, and I grabbed the first guy and just almost ripped his eye out of his face. And that was a fight I had in Phoenix when I was about 31, trying to go back to college. I'll never go back to college again, man. It wasn't with another college student though. It was with some riffraff that was hanging around the student housing and shit like that. But oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, dude. I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. But no, I mean, that was me. I became so, I got really like, I got really, I was always raised to be very nice and respectful. I think my father overcompensated because my father, in this society, the way it is, it was very easy for him to have his guns taken away from him since all the restraining orders and the VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, came out, and all the feminism in the 80s. I think my father slowly started to realize, like, oh, I don't want my guns to get taken away from me, and that kind of turned my father into a pacifist. And because any little thing could get your guns taken away, oh, he's violent, or oh,
Was it really that?
and
Or
so he didn't teach me to he taught me to stay out of trouble, not get into trouble, so, and to be nice and respectful, and I was. And that got me, and that is really, that people view you as weak in this country, I think, when you do that. And it really sucks. It doesn't usually turn out the way you're not rewarded for it. There's no rewards. You're basically you're only punished in our society. There's no record of like all the good stuff you do, and that kind of sucks, but whatever.
So to want to have a gun is weak? What the fuck?
No, I'm saying that I didn't get in a lot of fights. And I settle disputes usually by being nice and respectful and walking away. But you can't really get very far in life by doing that sometimes when the world is set up the way it is. And you end up, I gave up a lot of ground to the enemy. And I'm sorry I got to start late now, but I'm gaining some of that ground back. And then more, and Artie might be mad, or he might be this, but he respects the fact that he knows I'll punch him in the face now, and I'm not that timid. I'm not that that 18-year-old kid that was afraid to hurt somebody or get in a fight. You know what I mean? And so as long as he understands that, hopefully we'll be fine.
Who is he?
The dude that that I just was talking about, that I recently had a confrontation with.
So here's my fear.
Yeah.
I'm getting close to 40 years old,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be a he. It's gonna be somebody who's gonna show up and try to test my metal. And I hate this idea, because if he tests it, I'm not I'm not gonna be cool. I'm not just gonna punch. I
Right.
might do extra things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Might
I
not.
don't like this idea. I don't like the idea of the world going to shit, because it avails all these opportunities to do crazy shit, and I don't want to do it.
I don't either. I don't like it either. But usually the best fighters are the ones that really don't mind hurting people. And some of them really want to hurt people, but you can't. I was told that one time by this guy. He was actually, he was going into the military, and I was younger than him. I used to hang around with him, and he said that to me one time. He goes, we were talking about fighting. I was talking about martial arts and all this stuff, and he was like, martial arts are really cool. He goes, but really, what really makes a good fighter, believe it or not, he said, is having the absolute will to just hurt somebody. And I was like, yeah, can't really argue with that. And
There's truth to that. A little bit
huh?
of truth.
Yeah,
There
there's
is truth
definitely
to
some
that, but
there's
not
definitely
absolute truth.
no, not
It's not
absolute,
absolute truth.
but it's a good place. That's where, if you don't even want to hurt somebody to begin with, you're not going to do too well.
Well, if you don't want to hurt people, but they're trying to hurt you, you
Right.
best respond.
Right.
You
That's where
have to respond,
yeah, you do.
right?
You do.
So,
Nobody, you can't depend on anybody else to.
but to prey on somebody, like not to prey on weak people, but to prey on the idea that somebody might attack you. Just the idea, the concept, like, hey, somebody's coming for me, I'm ready. It's a good thing, but it's a bad thing.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Because you're always on alert for no reason.
Back to the original issue of Civil War. I don't want a civil war unless, but my philosophy, and I first heard this analogy from Alex Jones, but I didn't steal it from him. I just was like, oh, that's basically how I feel about the world. And the way I feel about the world is, the truth be told, lest the sky fall. Basically, if the sky has to fall, because I told the truth, then so be it. Then let the sky fall, and that's just the end of the story. And because it's really I don't know, man. I don't know what's more important than truth, man. And it's more important than my little life. And so truth be told, let the sky fall, and that's how it's going to be for me. And if it starts, so if it's, hopefully it won't start a civil war. Hopefully getting the truth out there will make people accept the truth. And I'm not saying I know the truth all the time. Like I have my my worldview until somebody comes along and goes, no, Stuart, you're wrong, because not just you're wrong, you're crazy, but you're wrong because such and such. And I'm forced to look at that and go, oh, you're right, I was wrong. Not see. And that's what I hope the truth does when it gets out there about the way fathers and men are treated. I hope people go, holy crap, I was wrong. I thought all dads were just deadbeats and didn't want to see their kids, so we needed to put the kids with the mothers because mothers care more. But obviously women are doing all the same stuff men are. And to whether it's as much or not isn't the point. There's women doing the same stuff. And so I was wrong. Women, I was wrong. You know what I mean? I was wrong, and I need to correct my view. And we need to go back to having two parent households if people are going to have kids together. And I don't know. And letting fathers be fathers, and I don't know if that's going to happen, bro. That
No,
might not. That might
I
not
think
happen.
the point is that fathers are ultimately important, without a doubt. And guess
Yeah.
what? Like, the trying of fathers is important, right? So, like, you have some fathers that don't give a fuck; they step out. But those that show up and try, the act of trying in the act of fatherhood is important. And a lot of dudes are not granted that ability. They're not granted the ability to try to be a mother. And that fucking sucks. It's not right. It's not part of the picture. It's not part of the balance. It doesn't make sense. It's out of nature.
I was spacing out and reading the chat. I'm sorry, I can't respond. If you want to reiterate that real quick for me, I was like, I think
No, no.
traversable philosophy just popped in for a second. Sorry,
He,
I'm just being honest.
Traversal has been stalking me for hours, doing my Edmore thing, talking to black women. He won't leave me alone. He's stalking me. You know what? I'm gonna file. What can I file? Somebody that follows you around. All right.
YouTube protection.
Something. I'm gonna file something.
A YouTube restraining order.
Something.
This is good talk, and you know, and it's not, and the thing is, you know, if basically if there is a civil war, in this situation, like getting the truth out there, it's, I guess, what is it going to be? Is it going to be between the red pilled guys and like all the blue pilled guys? Or no, this is, more important point. More important point. If the truth does start getting out and men start bucking the system, do you think the system will pull a false flag rather than give men back the mantle, so to speak? What do you think about that question?
I think when the shit hits the fan, all bets are off. Right. So here's the deal. We're gonna see.
Do you think Mgtow truth could spark them going, man, we better shut off the power?
I think Mgtow in the context of when the shit hits the fan is a misnomer. It doesn't make sense. It's not even a concept.
Not at that point. It's everybody for themselves. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It is because like Mgtow or not. Like, all right. So shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a raider and acquire a woman and create your own little new tribe, right? That's fine. That's probably a good thing because you'll be at less vulnerability. If you don't have women in your pack in your new tribe, you'll be less of a target. If you're a lone wolf, you can be good, or not really good, but you'll be decent odds. But if you go through the new world of trying just to survive, like where water, food is everything, we're not going to worry about women. We're not going to worry about socioeconomic problems. None of that shit means anything to us.
More of people like you are going to have to start pondering those things. I don't know if I got 10 years left in, I'm checking out soon. I'm walking dead as it is from, I'm walking dead as it is from all the poison that the FDA has approved and stuck in me, and all I'm pretty sure all the I've heard the vaccines have these kind of time release things where once you start turning about 50, you know what I mean? The stuff that they vaccinated with you as a child kind of kicks in and you start dying faster too. And so, I don't know how much time I got left. It's more of the younger people that are going to have to start pondering, like, are they going to start a tribe? I'm probably going to go lone wolf and just try to enjoy my last few years. I'll consider it camping or something for a while until I'll inevitably die out in the woods somewhere because I'll hurt myself, or I'm getting old. I'll forget to do something vital, or I'll fall through some goddamn ice or something into some fucking freezing cold. Something will happen to me. But it's the younger people that got to kind of think about the stuff that you're talking about.
But they're not. They're not.
I know they're not is the problem. That's why I keep telling.
In fact, some of them have these huge arguments that is retarded that we think about it. And some of those arguments are compelling. Like they're like, "Oh, you guys are tripping. Like, yeah, like we got electricity. It's always going to be here." Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Really? Electricity is always going to be here? and the world's going to be the same forever because of who the countless men that are behind the scenes, like not just like turning the levers at the electrical plant, but what goes into the electrical plant, right? Uh, People in the toilets, cleaning the toilets of the dudes that hit the levers to shit. Fucking people that built it have to maintain it. All kind like nobody understands anything about this world. Everybody takes everything for granted. Like here's the deal. We constantly charge women like, oh, women don't understand how much we built and maintain. But guess what, dude? We do that too. Like you literally have to go through every dude's experience on what they do to really figure it out. And before you can do that, all you
Yep.
can do is speculate.
Right.
Like you know, sympathize, empathize, whatever, but it's all speculation.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. And I have tried to speculate as many scenarios as I can, but you know, what are you gonna do? You
But
can never, you can,
no,
that's the thing is, you never know, you never exactly know the future till it happens. It's crazy, but that's just the way it is. You can speculate all day long. And
you're right.
I do because it helps me be prepared and plan. But, basically I can go with no power. Like basically, I have a bedroll where I can sleep with no fire and up to -50 degrees. So I won't even put off a smoke signal. Well, that's the worst case scenario. If I gotta march out of my house in the middle of winter, at nighttime, there's tanks and martial law, curfews, military everywhere. So, and I gotta walk across the river behind my house and walk around the lake up into the mountains and disappear and not make any smoke or fire. I can do that. That's a crappy scenario. Or I have the scenario where, hey,
No, no,
I have a,
no.
or I have the scenario where, hey, I have a portable wood stove, and as long as there's no power, but it's not too bad. I can defend the area where I live and hook up a room with a wood stove and heat that one room and stay in there. I can do that too. So it depends on how it goes, But I've tried to plan for every scenario.
And I think the act of planning is cathartic and fucking dope, and I envy you because you've been doing way more shit than I have. But right, but 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 I will say this: when shit actually hits the fan, and I think we will see this in our lifetime,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, and we will. I think we will too.
And when it happens, those most prepared will probably be bombed first, and everybody else that is like kind of prepared will be like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" It's gonna be just like a fucking bunch of rabbit fucking idiots that die quickly, not because of a bomb or the fallout, but because they can't understand how to deal with the new reality.
Yeah,
Because
I
they
think
don't.
I think your best bet is if it gets real, if it gets like I don't like it's weird. What if it's not even a military invasion? What if we just wake up one day and they're like, well, China bought, we signed such and we wake up and basically we're the Chinese states of America, basically. You know what I'm saying? Could go like that too, like a financial
So what does
transaction.
that mean?
You know
Like,
what I mean?
should I just hold out? Like, would you hold out and be like, no, I'm English, I'm American, fuck you, I'm the resistance.
I know, right?
I'm not gonna.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Or if it's a military invasion, and what if you have all your gear ready, but you're at like I got gear at my house and then I got some gear in my car, but I don't want to keep all my expensive bug out gear in my car because someone could smash my window and grab it while I'm at work. Now all my bug out gear is gone, right? So I don't carry my bug out car around in my car with me. I leave it in my house locked up with my big giant dog and all that. So, but what if I'm at work now in the SHTF or whatever, and I can't get home and get my gear because there's immediately roadblocks and police everywhere and helicopters, and and I'm on a list because I have guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could go down so fast, I might not even get home and get my gear. I might be, you know what I mean? Who the hell even knows how it's going to go down? All you can do is plan as best you can. The rest of it is like fate, It's like fate. There's not much you can do about it.
Well, and there's the other scenario, like it could go down and we don't even know
Right.
until 15 minutes
And
later, right?
Yeah. What if I heard they have enough nerve gas to spray the whole to in one night spray every city and town in America. So we could all go to sleep one night and they could just be like, oh, this shit's getting out of control. There's going to be bloodshed, riots everywhere, and just bang, give the order, and they could nerve gas every city in town. And hey, the chemtrail people are trying to tell everyone to look up. They're already spraying us with some kind of what seems to me like some kind of seemingly benign stuff, and nobody even gives a damn. So as far as I'm concerned, they could one day that it's not something benign coming out of those planes up in the sky, and they just put us all to sleep just like that, and there wouldn't be one bit of resistance. You know what I mean? It's incredible. It's incredible.
The really crazy idea of this is like, what if they half succeed, right? Which means that they sort of started to succeed and got rid of all the stupid people, and only those that want to thrive, right? I'm using a new logistic for trying to survive and be intelligent. Only those kind of people survive.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. That's a weird fucking scenario. We didn't think about that.
If it gets really bad, you're going to want to be a very small dot.
Here's the deal,
you're going to want to be the tiniest dot that you can become on the map, basically. There's some advice for you. Just become a very small dot.
Here's the thing, a lot of people in our generations, like from fucking, what is it, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Ys, X, Z, whatever, what the fuck they call themselves, I don't care. All these people, there's gonna be a whole lot of those people that like want to survive, right? And when the cell phones go out, they can't look at their phones, they can't look at their tablets or computers anymore. Then you're like, oh shit, this is real life. This is what it is to be human. Like, here's the deal. Gen Xers have some semblance of understanding that.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there. Yeah, no, we were like, one of the last generations before everyone got completely hypnotized by social media that were out actually doing things, basically. Yeah. Like all the time, like in the winter time. Right now, tomorrow, Saturday, it could be a blizzard tomorrow, and when I was like 15, we might be planning a Nerf football game, in the, specifically so we could play in the middle of the snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff we did when we were kids. That, there was like 30 kids down at the park playing football, basically. And I don't see that. You do not see that anymore. You do not see that anymore, period, ever. So there's that. So I know what you're saying. You were about to say, I mean, if I'm correct, that the Gen Xers have some semblance of like, reality and everything. And then and maybe some millennials that, very, very few millennials are kind of, and I'm friends with a couple of them and they're total rejects. Like the very few millennials I know that are kind of in touch or trying to stay in touch. You know what I mean? I'm friends with a kid named Joe, who's a millennial. He's like 31, 32 or so. And he's over the hill now and he knows it. And he's kind of accepted the whole Mgtow thing. and like you said, he's like one of the very few of his generation, and he's a reject because of it. So
And
yeah, and
those
everybody
will
else,
come to
and
us and
everybody
get
else
the
is, and everybody else is completely out of touch, basically. Yeah, no,
Well,
I
I
hear you.
mean, maybe, but like as far as those young people, like millennials or Xers or Yers or no, what are they? Generation Y? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever they
It's hard
are.
to keep up who's who, right? But
Right.
like, here's the deal: they're going to step to us and say, "Hey, I appreciate your efforts, but you're wrong. You're wrong in this way. You're wrong in that way. Let me add to it." And in that situation, we're like, "Oh yeah, if you got something to add, cool."
Right.
But here's the deal: in the context that we live in now, some of these guys are coming around saying, "Hey, I have something to add," and we don't know how to talk to them. We don't. I don't know how to talk to them. But when shit hits the fan, suddenly they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, I had this." Like, so right now it means like, "Hey, you guys are looking at men and women and problems and like that. You don't understand what you're talking about." Blah, blah, blah. But when shit hits the fan, it'll be like, "Hey, I have this insight to a technology that you guys don't know." It's fucking weird, dude. Like, like he, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I probably sound retarded right now. I know I sound retarded.
Trav says, "How are we going to breastfeed all the Gen Zers?" I mean,
Well,
just
we have to
they're
talk.
like they're gonna have to be quick learners. Like, I spent, here's the thing though, is I even noticed, because I'm from a family where on my father, well, basically on both sides there's Hicks, except for my grandmother on my mother's side did marry a guy who was a little bit more metropolitan. He was, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't into hunting and guns and all that, and but he was, so what I'm trying to say is a good portion of my family on one side, and then almost the entire family on my father's side, were all country bumpkins and like Appalachia folk. And what I did notice is that even in my little town in the 80s, a lot of people still didn't want to go camping. They didn't want to go fishing. They wanted to put gel in, their hair, and wear, a bright neon fucking pink fucking wife beater shirt from fucking Chess King, or some Z Cabaricis, and drive around the strip and try to bang some nasty whore and get fucking crabs, basically, was whatever all the guys were trying to do, as far as I could tell. And I wasn't into that. And therefore everybody was kind of like, thought I was gay. And I was like, what it was is I was from a really good family where I was going to try to actually have a future and not marry a whore, and and have a family, and teach and let the gun culture tradition kind of go down to my children's. And and boy, was I ever surprised when the world took a 180, and all that became basically terrorism, and I became a woman hater, because I talk about how women aren't a bunch of little princesses. Now my head's spinning at 48 years old, because now they're just like, oh, there's like 50-year-old guys that identify as 6-year-old girls, and there's some baby boomer couple that'll take them in. I can't get any help. To like get some idea off the ground to start a business that adds to and enriches the culture in our society. But some 50-year-old guy is on the news, like they're rubbing it in our face almost, who identifies as a 6-year-old girl, and some dumb fucking baby boomer couple will actually take this guy in. And I'm just so sick of seeing that stuff. This country's mental, man. This country's mental.
It's mental, but here's the deal: there's enough people, there's enough men that don't brush their teeth with fluoride, that don't pay attention, or when they do watch movies, they look at it in a different way.
Right.
There's enough men that are just like, oh, huh. All they have to do is be questioning men. They don't have to be fucking, tin hat conspiracy theory people. That all they have to do is question. This is the strongest thing. What I'm saying is this. It's probably not me, by the way. I absolve myself from this station. The greatest threat to whatever this crazy system is, or intelligent men, probing men that are like, hey, what's going on here? I don't think I like this. That's it. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of dumbass, smart men that's gonna ask the question, hey, I don't think I like this. The system, everything that happens to them, like all they have to do is question. Because here's the deal. I would beg to argue that one of the features of men, masculinity, is to question. Women
Yeah,
nag.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like here's the deal. Nagging is a form of questioning and demeaning and all that good stuff. And sometimes they're right. Because sometimes women nag a bad man and get him to do right. Well, I don't care. But whatever you're a good man, you don't have the woman and you're just trying to come up in the world and find your station, your
The innate,
place, your
the innate,
purpose.
the reason and I want to, what you were just saying too, the reason, basically the masculine energy is for, and the reason men ask questions. That's okay. Good. I'm glad I was able to remember what the hell you were just saying. Men ask questions innately because it's the master that asks the questions. The master doesn't answer questions, right? The masculine energy is the man, the basically the masculine or the male energy is the energy of the master. The master asks the questions. The servant answers the questions. The master doesn't answer the servant's questions. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why men are the big questioners, because we have the masculine energy. And that's why I believe that is. But yeah.
And what you just said is why you write dope comics, by the way.
All right.
I'm not even kidding you, dude. That's for real. So
Hey, thank you. Which reminds me, let me grab a coffee and show you something. I got a picture I've been working on. I'll grab it real quick. You're gonna love it, dude. It's pretty sick.
yeah,
I'll be right back.
I'll wait.
All right. I don't know if y'all are still here, but here's I don't know if you can see it too well, but here's here we go. The it's like almost too bright in here. Yeah. What is it? This light? Yeah. Can you see that now? Man, it's so bright. There we go. There we go. Right there. So here's like a picture. This is an old picture I found. It was just linear. There was no shading. So I took my little Sharpie or whatever, my little black permanent marker, and I did all the shading on it to make it pop, and it actually came out really good. It's just like a demon type creature. And then I'm working on this little cover. This is an old see if I can do that again. This is an old like idea that I'm revamping, and oh man, it's hard to get the right angle where it's not here we go. So you can see there's a monster, you see its jaw, you see its teeth right here in the foreground. It's kind of hard to see, it's washing out on me. And then there's three warriors. There's like three warriors wearing armor. There's a chick with a bow. You can't even see it. It's like washing out. How the hell is this camera on this computer is fucking like, even I'm in the dark right now. I've shut off every light.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but you can see, you can get the gist of it. It's a pretty cool little picture. If I could, if you could actually fucking, it's like I have to tilt it away from the light source. Then you can't see it because I'm tilting it away.
I think the point is that you got talent, right?
See if that helps.
Yeah, you have talent, unquestionably.
All right.
Undoubtedly.
It's pretty cool. It's like these three little heroes, like warriors, and they're wearing armor, and it's like a cover. It's like the cover. So anyway, yeah, I've been working on. It's hard for me not to draw sometimes. I sit around, I get ideas in my head, and I just start sketching. I can't help it. But it's fun stuff. Yeah, and to go further into what you said, and that's why, as a man, you hate it when people answer your questions with questions, because you're the master. So you want to maintain control of the situation by answering other people's with questions and not answering their questions with answers. You get two people, you get two masters in the room together, good luck. But I'm just saying, like, that's the masculine energy, and that's how you maintain control of the situation, is by, if you have enough wisdom and intelligence, you can see where people who don't think far enough ahead and who aren't intelligent enough are going with their questions, and then you answer their questions with questions to force them to answer again, to continue your master servant relationship. And that really is that's masculine. That's all about masculine energy right there. I don't know how we got on that topic, but I learned it's so cool.
No. Now, I need to think about this. Give me a minute.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Chew on that. That's what I had
to chew on it for a minute.
Yeah.
So, like, you're obviously not saying that questions are defaultly weak.
No.
Right? You're not saying that.
No, not at all.
But you were saying that an underling will ask questions as if
well, you might not be the master in every situation, because you might be in a situation where somebody else knows more about something than you do, and then asking questions is not is not bad, but you're not, and you have to understand it's like a respect. Now you're in the servant position, I guess. I mean, how can you know everything about everything? And so I don't know. I'm just saying, like, but on a particular topic, you could get two people together. I guess I don't know how I'm not even trying to suppose where that ends. I'm just trying to get across the masculine energy of the master servant relationship,
Well,
and that's
that makes sense because apprenticeship, most tribes have like some sort of ritual to introduce. They have some sort of ritual to introduce manhood to the boy, right? All these things, and we're losing all these things every day. By the way, like all the things we can comprehend that mean these things, like boyhood to manhood. What does it mean to be a man? We're losing it every day. They're passing laws. They're doing this, that, and the third. It's a
no, the
here's the
women,
deal.
the women are trying to assume
But here's the deal. Like,
the
it's not a
master.
fuck bitches thing. It's not a fuck bitches thing. It's a failure in that system, in the hierarchy of passing down masculinity, right? So here's the deal. As far as like, look at women as being vultures, and when they see weakness, they will pick upon it, and when they consume it, they become more powerful. That's what feminists and modern women are. But there will be no carcass of which they could do that if at some point men as a whole didn't fail.
No, you got that right. Yeah, that's why I don't sit around and talk. That's why the point of my channel is not to sit around and just talk smack about women, because I feel like it's a multi-headed kind of creature that we're going after here. But it really does end in like too much feminine energy, man. I'm telling you, like it's almost like a battle between like a female god and like a male god going on here. Just too much feminine energy. I think I replied to you, Stay Free. You should have the link. Uh, see if Stay Free's coming in.
if he if he
anything,
does,
anything can happen now.
it's gonna be
Anything.
all yelling and few points.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I hear you. I know. I don't know how much longer I'll be going on anyway. Let's let him come in and say his piece. I'm
that's
just,
cool.
I'm gonna finish watching my movie, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but right now the original Red Dawn is on Vudu for free right now with Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. Speaking of SHFT, or whatever, or SHTF, the original Red Dawn is on Vudu. I'm watching it tonight. Right now, I'm enjoying it tonight. Well, after this podcast, but.
Hey, by the way, you're a simp if you enjoy that movie. There was a couple of women in that group
Oh,
that
snap.
helped the group to survive. You know that, right?
Don't what? I'm sorry, what?
There was a couple of women that helped that group
Oh,
survive.
yeah, no, I know, I hear you. I hear you, man. And they always irked me. And those two women, that was like the one thing about that movie that always has irked me, and now I know why. Now I know why.
Women can't help nobody survive. That's crazy.
Oh, I was like, I remember being like, wow, those women are total cunts. like I was like, why are they total bitches, man?
But a couple. One of them was in porn, and she had some nice titties. I forget which one it was.
One of them went
It was
on
cool.
to make Footloose. One of them went on to be to be the girl in the
Oh yeah,
original.
that just generic a little bit. Why was it in the 80s generic white women just got a whole bunch of fame for no reason? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Your
Was it because like white dudes was like, oh, I could fuck that, I could get that, and yet they became superstars and they couldn't get it?
good question. You know,
That,
I think I feel like I've given my view on this, that I think it's more rigged than we know, and like that's why they have fake names and they hardly ever go out and live in gated communities, is because it's all about who you know, and you either you know, well, either way I believe you know, you suck a lot of dick or whatever, but also I believe, you know, you got to be from certain lineages. Like Sally Field, I'm giving it case in point. Sally Field, and it's good to see you, stay free. Case in point, Sally Field went on Letterman and led the whole world to believe, oh, she was from a working class family, which she kind of was, and didn't, you know, and was so surprised when she made it and all this stuff. And then you go do a little bit of research. You don't even have to look that far. Just people just don't look that far. Her father was Hollywood royalty. He was a famous director. If you want to call that working class, I guess so. That he made movies for Hollywood. If you want to call that working class, I guess so. But so she, on David Letterman years ago, led everybody astray, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a rags to riches story." No, it wasn't. There was no rat, and most anybody, even Bill Gates, most anybody you look into. So that's my answer, but some people would say that I'm a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist, so whatever, you know, I don't know. I don't believe we live in a system based on merit for 1 second, though.
I agree.
Anybody want to debate me on that? I believe sometimes it comes handy, though. Merit comes in handy. Don't you know, I don't want to be a total defeatist, but it's not gonna.
Oh no, I was just having wait. Oh, my mic was muted. Nobody heard that music anyway. God damn it! I was playing this the whole. I was playing this the whole time. Like the whole time, Stu was playing this.
There you go.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, oh, nobody hears that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you? No, don't do that. No, don't do that. What are you doing? That's not what you do with that. No, you don't do that with that music. That's weird. It's not how you properly use that music. You just use, you know, proper posture. And no, again, just using things. What are you riding a bike? You're pantomiming, you're riding a bike.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna do with the music. That's what you're gonna do with the moment. Yeah.
No, this is mowing the lawn.
What the fuck does that have to? Hold on, you're restarting the lawnmower.
It's the lawnmower.
The lawnmower has multiple sizes to restart from. That happens. Well, my Google search for shaft music was a pointless endeavor. That made no point in me doing that.
Well, it was a little more entertaining there for a second, I guess. I'm not really into entertainment, and I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to entertain people. You know
that wasn't the point. The point of the music was because you were making a point and you were getting something, and your posture then was different than when you realized the music was playing, and that's what disappointed me. I'm like, oh, god damn it, yep, shit.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes
a lot of people don't know, like they don't like. I've watched Stu ever since his first videos. I remember when Stu had one where literally he showed like, yeah, $0 earned when he was trying to get back on his feet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. This was a while ago. I know he's sitting there like, I don't remember that shit. Like, yeah, I remember it though. I was right there like, oh fuck. And that, yeah, we're talking about a dude like, yeah, he's went from hell. And right now, a lot of dudes like, how does he have this optimism while he's doing? Well, dude, look where he's came from.
I have progressed. I will say that, and I'm a little bit more optimistic lately but Mgtow helped me do that, and I'm not, and I've been Mgtowing for a while, but I got more focused. Like when Mgtow came out, like when Mgtow started getting big, I was already like, everyone's like, yeah, I was Mgtow before Mgtow. Yeah, well, so was I. But when Mgtow really became Mgtow, I became more focused. It helped me become more focused.
Well, yeah, well, I'm just not gonna get laid.
Yeah, right. So
I do that. Like again, I know what that whole. I was Mgtow before Mgtow. I'm like, yeah, tell me more.
That's why I got 2 kids I pay support for and don't.
Thank you. So yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, all right, yeah, tell me more. Like, Jesus Christ!
All right, you got me, man. You got me.
I know. That's why I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. Of course you get it.
Hey, it gets us all. It gets us all. They. I swear to God, they get us all one way or another. The bastards.
Well, one thing, that's the point. That's what a lot of guys don't get, and that's what I, like years ago, I kept trying to say, like, wait, hold on, don't you get they're relying on male ignorance?
Yes.
They're relying that you're going to do it anyways.
You will, and you will. I guarantee it. People are like, "Oh, you're going to keep guys from having sex in the population."
Which dude? Show me the guy. Show me the guy.
You don't hear the people going, "Oh, the population program," and you guys are falling.
It's not the dudes. It's not the guys. I'll tell you that off the rip. It's not those dudes.
Yeah.
What dude? What
people,
dude?
Or people, and it's like
the people, the peoples.
And it's like, my answer is, you'll never stop guys
from but I'm not here for you, Stu. You know I'm not here for you, Stu. I always love everything you're doing. I'm here for that other guy. Where's he at? He hasn't
misanthrope.
Yeah, I'm here for that guy.
He's here. Did I mute him? I didn't mute him, did I?
No, you didn't mute him. He muted himself.
Bitch. Hey,
bitch.
You bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
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 Bitch. Bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch. What's up, man?
All women are like that.
Yes, they are. All
women are like that.
Every last one.
Hey, you want to use somebody else's stomping ground as a platform
to knock you out? Yes, I do. You just popped some shit. You damn right. You thought I wasn't here. You thought I wasn't gonna come up on you like that. Yes, I was.
I know you were here. Otherwise, why would I respond? You think I'm scared? I'm not scared. You scared? You didn't think I would respond?
No, I knew you were going to respond. I was waiting for you.
All right, well, hold up.
What do they have to leave?
No, hold up. Let's inform the host on what's going on right now.
I already did. I already told him why I was here and what I was waiting on.
Then let me ask him if he understands what's happening. Stu, do you understand what's happening?
No, I don't know. I'm listening though. I'm listening.
I told him you're just trying to refer him so he can try to help you not get your little white ass knocked out.
I'm staying out of it because I'm not a woman.
That's a good idea because they're smart, man. This is verbal boxing, and SFM is gonna get knocked the fuck out like he always does.
Bullshit.
Let it go.
Yeah, it's nice for you to go live in a different world in fantasy, isn't it? We talked about burnt out black bitches, right?
Yeah, I can do that. And come back here and what?
Lose?
Lose what? What am I losing?
I don't know. That's weird. Because that's the thing I want to ask you.
Talking to people? Hey, when's the last time you learned to talk to somebody in a real way? You remember? No, you don't remember. You don't remember.
What?
Because every time you talk to somebody, it's a fucking talking point. You ain't even talking.
So basically, me not being a retarded puppet, available at any moment.
No, I mean, I'm calling you an ideologue, and a bitch is what I'm calling you.
Well, you can go fuck yourself because being an ideologue,
I've been fucking myself since I was 13. It's called masturbation, nigga. So what?
You don't understand. There's no way in fuck that I'm sitting here. You're an ideologue, and all you do is just mental masturbation of your own ideology. What ideology?
Hold up. Prove to me you're not an ideologue.
Go ahead. What parameters are you going to set upon this whole practitionary exercise of me proving I'm not an ideologue on whatever terms you set?
You know what? You come up with the terms. and let's see if you can do it.
All right, I'll come up with a term. How about you learn how to not set fucking parameters that don't make any goddamn sense?
I didn't set no parameters, so you already
You
retorted.
already did it with your own asking of me proving I'm not an ideologue.
No,
Makes no
it was
goddamn
a question. A question does not set the parameters.
Fine. Let me.
Don't step in. Hey, you know everything you're doing right now is philosophy. You know that, right?
Wrong. I'm not a philosopher.
all science, all atheism, all little bitch ass atheism that came out of fucking science, little fledgling niggas.
I'm not even an
that came
atheist.
out of
You
that
shut the
shit.
fuck up. He said fledgling immediately. So you're trying to
If you're not
immediately
English, you're
emasculate.
nihilist.
So shut your ass up.
All right,
I see what you're
nihilist.
trying
What
to
do you
do.
gotta tell me?
Everything you're doing, I see it. I see it from miles away.
Well,
Why
do
you
you know
trying to
the
do it? I don't
meaning
know.
of what I'm doing? What's the meaning of what I'm doing? What do I mean?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, of course you don't know.
Let's get end result of this retarded shit.
Even when we actually have beef, we still have riff. I don't like it. We still have I don't like it.
That's on you. You're deciding this, not me.
No, that's on you. Like I don't want to get along with you, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Honestly, that's weird because the majority of people who meet me real life, online, anything, they actually enjoy talking to me. They actually like talking to me.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
That's what it is. Everybody's pissed over you.
Well, yeah, they're mad at me for a little bit, but honestly, I'm not saying anything wrong.
Then why you gotta come on Stu's channel and cause drama? What's up with that?
I saw you were here and you were avoiding me.
I wasn't avoiding you, nigga. I just curved you. That's it. It's a difference.
I don't know what that means.
Stu's about to do some guitar shit. You better respect it.
I'll think if I want to.
Whole frame.
Because my dad used to do shit like this, and it depends.
Your dad used to play guitar randomly?
Yeah, and so did my uncle. They had a band and all type of shit.
So you hit them? Men that play the guitar, you hit them?
Well, no, back in their era, like, dude, playing music was a real thing for them. The bass guitar, electric bass, all that shit. That like everybody knew how to do it. I shit you not.
But you hate them though. You hate them?
Huh?
You hate them?
No, I'm just not a fan of music.
Because of the man that played it?
No, because if I'm trying to fucking sleep, stop doing that.
Or if you need to go to sleep, you could just drop off the call and go to sleep, bro.
No, you don't get it, and I think you do get it.
I get it. Oh, I get it.
Oh no, it's okay because actually I want to listen. So fuse my rage so I can take down whatever patriarchy you have.
You gotta keep talking over the guitar riffs.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. But you think you didn't think that answer was gonna make I want to listen. So fuse my rage.
Fucking hard to hate you. It's hard to hate you, bro. It's hard to hate you.
Well, duh. I already know that actually because a lot of guys they scarf now. What?
Oh, you know it. I'm a little bit asshole. Man, just fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Oh, he's trying to concentrate. That's why he tried to mute you.
Hey, what's the last good thing you did for someone?
The last good thing I did for someone was it's hard to count. I actually do a lot of nice things for people when I don't know the last person. I don't know.
You can't say nothing because sometimes that
wrong, nigga.
The best thing the nicest so-called nicest thing I've ever done for anybody is I gave a car away. I got financed for a new car, and this dude I knew was having it rough. His he was married or not. Yeah, he was married, had a kid, and his car broke down, and it was really, he was about to get in a lot of, basically not be able to get to his job and lose his job and lose everything because he didn't have a car. So I gave him my old car, and it wasn't the best car, but it wasn't a total piece of crap either. And so I did give a car away one time. I mean, I had to sell it to him for a little bit of money because of the, you know, the whole thing. You can't just give somebody a car. You gotta. I think I charged him $50 for it or something like that. But essentially, I gave him a car, and that's about the coolest thing I've ever done for anybody. But I don't always do stuff like that. Like even usually when I do nice stuff, even usually when I do, even usually when I do so-called,
you always do stuff like that.
I
Stu,
benefit.
you do stuff like that all the damn time. Think about it. Like you do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, it's not that,
Like
not to that extent
your
though.
persona is like this crazy misfit, fucking crazy, Mgtow fuck the world dude. But you're a fucking nice guy. Get
Of course
out of
I
here.
am. I'm a Boy
Fuck
Scout.
out of here.
I'm a Boy Scout.
Me and them, we're actual assholes in real life.
No, don't listen. And now, no, I'm the nicest man you ever meet in your life.
Don't
Now go
listen
ahead
to who.
Now go ahead and play guitar.
He's gonna be happy and play his guitar because he don't give a fuck. Because he's nicer than you, nigga.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm one of the nicest guys you ever meet. I'm the nicest dude you ever meet here. Play your fucking guitar and keep on.
Unless we don't agree with certain things that you feel.
What?
You feel.
Oh, no, he can feel however he wants to. That doesn't mean the reality, though.
No, if he disagrees, you might not be so nice.
What?
Right, here we are. All right, I'm just making sure I don't. My internet goes out periodically, so
I just muted USB. I mean, MA. So yeah, that was good. He needs to mute MA.
Nobody who you talking about? Who's MA?
Hmm?
Who's MA?
A motherfucker who needs to go ahead and shut his goddamn mouth. That's what. Oh wait, hold on. No one can hear that.
There's no MA here. Don't exist.
So I go ahead and get my shit done. You know, I tell everybody when it comes down to it, being a man is really being a man. And that's what I'm after. So you go ahead and do it.
3 years ago.
What is happening? What is happening right now?
I don't know what's happening.
because it's good.
Back in the future.
Yeah, that's weird.
Good.
Are you being tased, MA? Is that what's going on? They sit on random squads.
You tell me.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me.
Just messing
Hands
around.
up.
What happened? What happened? We don't know what happened.
I think our homie got tased.
Like you and your little weird.
Ah,
can't
fall
even
over
do it.
putting my guitar back here.
It's like you know that's the thing. I think that'll piss them off. Everyone they listen to MA and they're like, all right, so it doesn't sound like Mgtow, it doesn't sound like egalitarianism, it doesn't sound like MRA. What are you, bro?
It shouldn't sound like anything. Why can't dudes just be fucking dudes? The fuck?
Tase him. This motherfucker wants a free identity.
Sometimes you gotta agree to disagree. And that's what makes us all individuals, I guess.
I didn't like his little anarchist video. He was stepping up for the weirdo that came to the school with the gun. I didn't agree with them. We don't have beef though. That's the weird thing. I disagree with Stewart, and he don't hate me, and I don't hate him. Isn't that a weird thing? That's weird.
But I'm kind of gonna make a protest against both of y'all next month.
Yeah, you're gonna hate both of us. And at the end of the day, you're gonna hate both of us.
I don't got time off, so I can't.
At least we don't have to live with each other. You know, imagine living with somebody you're completely at. I've had that. You think somebody's pretty cool. You're friends, and then you move in and you're roommates, and then holy shit, you're like complete. This person,
well, Stuart, I've never been married, so
yeah, there you go. I've never have either. No, I have. I was once actually.
Yeah, I was about to say like don't.
Yeah,
I'm like wait a minute. I've seen all
I got married once. I got married. I was married for 3 years. I don't consider it married though. I got scammed. I didn't get fucking married.
No, that is you're a mark.
I got fucking scammed.
A lot of guys don't get it. You're a mark.
Yeah, I was a target. No,
literally, I remember. I forgot who it was. It was some channel. They tried to talk shit about me. I'm like, yeah, I admit it. I lied. I'm like, yeah, I'm a mark. I was a mark. That's all I was. I was a mark for child support. That was it. They just wanted kids to control child support like that.
She wanted a guy that was going to sit around and let her go do whatever she wanted while
that bitch wanted somebody going to take care of her, and I told her straight up now.
I was married.
I wasn't married to her for like, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks, and I went to the store on my lunch break, and I saw her walking right down the street with some guy I didn't even know, and I didn't even, you know, and I was like real, you know, side by side and laughing and joking with each other. I didn't know who he was. And then I came home, and that same guy was in the living room, and they were drinking wine together and stuff one day. And I was like, yeah, but if a girl like that I knew from 15 years ago saw me at the store and was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, not bad. And we said more than 4 sentences together. It was, who is she? You know what I mean? So I went through all of that. I went through, and in
her mind, she basically just got the dude who she's gonna have somebody else's kid, and you're gonna raise. She basically got her bitch. You're going to be her bitch.
Yes, that's what she thought.
It's prison rules.
Yep, you got it. She was the warden, and she was the warden.
Fuck that. I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Here's the thing that I keep looking at, because I see how a lot of my family looks at it and everybody else, and the thing they don't get, and they're looking like, oh, what's he doing? I'm like, well, because quite simple. The only person I'm actually living for are going to serve is me. And as far as I'm concerned, the only person who I'm going to die for is me.
How's that working out, though?
Oh, I'm not dead.
Okay, that's cool. So your purpose in life is just the bare minimum survive.
Wrong.
And you win? Are you winning?
Yes, actually.
He says,
so all right. So SFM,
if I intend to lose,
we shouldn't thrive.
When I lose, I win.
We shouldn't go to that next level and thrive. We should just survive.
No, my actual points goal are basically network administrator and shit like that, and accomplishing everything I'm trying to accomplish now. And I'm moving closely towards that more and more and more. Now, as far as keeping other people away from me, and keeping those away from me who wish me ill will and harm,
and
making sure they
people away from you. Why?
They have nothing
to do with me. Like you said that before the qualifier. You said you keep people away from you.
I'm reading the chat here.
Before the qualifier that they were bad. Which means that you just keep people away from you, bad or good.
Not true. But actually, yes, actually it is true.
Yeah, that's not cool, bro.
It's not mine. It's not my responsibility to fucking determine who the decent people are out of the millions of zombies out there. I got to say that, though.
Well, I do understand one thing about association. It's like this. Okay, let me give you an example. So today, before I left work, right, it was I think it was a midday lunch, right? I sat down. I had spoken to one fucking coworker before I sat down, and I had it was a beef patty with cauliflower rice. Sat down, and then somehow this bitch sits down. She sits down by me. Like, what the fuck was that? What the hell? What? Out of nowhere, some other random bitch sits down too because she's there.
This is all attack.
Now, does anyone understand that? Does anyone understand the rule of association? Do you understand how that works?
Attack. It's one cafeteria and a certain number of people, but this was a systematic oppressions of attacks against you and your persons.
Well, no, what it is, it's called the rule of association.
It was a personal. They were going after you specifically.
No, it doesn't matter.
Hey. Don't even get in your mind. They were just random thoughts doing random thought shit. That didn't happen.
See, that's not important. The important part is to understand that's how humans work. And my thing is, I basically just finished my food and got the fuck out of there.
Wait. Do humans sit down in a cafeteria when it's feeding time for the fucking slaves? Oh, I'm sorry, for the workers at the job?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, let me bring up this part to go ahead and bust your bubble. So apparently there was actually food being served over around the other fucking main area.
Did you eat it? Did you eat that food?
Oh, it was pizza, dude. I'm not eating that shit.
Did you eat any of the food?
No, I ate my own food that I brought.
You don't get to tell this story.
I was gonna eat an orange, but then I had the orange right there, and though they were there.
Did you take the orange from home?
Yeah, the orange was from home, bitch.
Yeah. So you're a real nigga.
Again, I was nowhere around to serve food at all because I don't want to eat fucking pizza.
But you were around to see these thoughts and tell the story.
I don't get what your point is, nigga.
Why are you close to those thoughts? Why are you checking them out like that?
Because they came by me. I didn't go by them.
No, I don't believe that. Nope. Don't believe it.
I chose a seat so I could not have to deal with anybody.
To be around thoughts is what I'm hearing.
Wait, are you twisting this in your own favor right now? Is that what you're doing?
Why do you want to be so close to thoughts at work, bro?
Yeah,
you trying to lose your job?
Okay.
Are you trying to lose your job?
MA, you realize
don't catch me too, bro. Like, you're my friend. Don't catch me too.
You won't win. You won't win.
Don't catch a me too. Yeah, right. No doubt.
You're smart, MA. You won't win with this one. Just calm down.
I'm not smart. I'm retarded. I'm a fucking.
I think all of us are already at potential risk for me too. We just have to become successful in some broad.
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting me
broad come out of the woodwork.
Don't worry. I'm getting me too in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Story. Every time I go out, here's the deal. Like I home brew my coffee, but sometimes I get uppity. I do get uppity sometimes, right? So I go out and like, oh,
nigga,
I'm gonna go to a local coffee shop. And the moment I enter those doors, I'm at risk for me too.
I swear
I'm a fine ass looking dude. Here's the deal. I'm older, but I'm fine as hell. And these bitches is always clocking. So I'm me too status. So
I'm the good kind of narcissist.
You know, goddamn, it doesn't make any sense.
Narcissist is not in my dictionary.
Oh, sorry, good. I mean, good.
Like narcissist. There's a space for it. Like there is a space in my dictionary. It means assertive. So every time you say narcissist, I just say assertive. So yeah, they exist.
Okay. Yeah, I get exactly what you just did there. Real funny.
I'm not even talking about you right now, bro. Stewart's checking me.
I just had to throw that out there that I'm the good. I just thumbs up my own video.
No, because I know
that makes me a narcissist, you know. But I always talk. I'm a good kind of narcissist.
I think I thumbed it up. Yeah. Hey, SFM, did you thumb up this video?
Yeah. Hey, thumbs up my video, SFM.
You on it now? As a narcissist, you have to thumb it up.
I'm not a narcissist, though.
But did you thumb it up?
Oh, you're disappointing me. You must be in some respect. I thought everybody is in some respect. Okay, I'm a Christian. That makes me a narcissist right off the bat. If I don't bring my Christianity,
no fucking problem. And
I don't bring my Christianity to Mgtow too much.
You just did. And
well, you really want me to? I can start preaching right now. I don't.
I'll ignore you and pretend like I give a fuck. That's literally what happened. I literally will. I'll pretend like I care, and I honestly won't pay attention at all.
I'm a pro-male narcissist.
I'm compelled to want to troll and say that I'm a Satanist, but I'm not. I'm if anything, I'm a Buddhist, so I can't troll. I can't honestly troll right now.
Why would I try to? I mean, why would I try to have like? Why would I try to make a ministry out of Mgtow? You know what I mean? There are guys trying to do that, you know.
And they should die. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. They should die.
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
So here's the thing. Like, some of this is life or death, so you shouldn't kid around about it. You should not fuck around about it. So here's the deal. SFM came here to call me out, whatever. But he will agree with this shit. Don't fuck around. Don't play with this fucking acronym. Even if retards don't understand what it means, don't play around with it. It's not a joke. So.
Oh no, that's the reason why I yawned, because I'm like, oh man, here he goes.
I'm responsible, or I just feel that I'm somewhat responsible sometimes to let people know where I stand, so that they know, that they, you know.
No. Sorry, actually, the truth is, you're only responsible to the point of what you actually say that you can be held liable for, and the truth is, you're not advocating for any legal advice. You're not putting forth any legal advice. You're only liable for what you. Actually, you're not liable for really shit. You're not telling people how to live. You're not doing any of that. You're just giving advice. That's it.
Yep.
And you're not even giving advice. Actually, you're saying, this is how I live. This is what I've been through, and that's it. And you're moving on.
Yeah. And this is what's going on. I like to comment. I like to kind of do commentaries every now and then on what's going on in the media, because they're trying to brainwash people.
Oh, yeah. They do it more and more and more through weird ways.
They're good at it, obviously, because I think they're winning. I'm getting giddy. It must be late. It's like 1 a.m. I want to watch the rest of Red Dawn, people. Are you gonna forgive me if I take off or what?
No.
I want to see. I want to see. I want to see Patrick Swayze. and Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he's a little gay, but that's all right.
No, I want to see him kill commies. I want to see him shoot commies and kill commies and run around in the woods and hunt deer and like do, I don't know, I guess entertaining stuff.
All we know for sure is that Stu advocates for Antifa's male rights.
Oh man, that video's got more thumbs down than thumbs ups, by the way, and I'm kind of proud of that.
For the rights of Antifa men
to see their daughters, unless they have a record unless they have a record or a known plan to wreak fucking havoc or go on a suicide mission. Like if he's there to shoot up kids, like I obviously am not pro like going into a school and shooting kids up. That would be stupid, man. I'm pro father seeing their kids, unless you got some real.
I don't want to see this event either, but it's gonna happen. Like when a dude walks up into a court and just like, he just patiently sits there and listens to all the bureaucracy bullshit, and then suddenly comes out with the AK and shoots everybody. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that story at all.
Which story?
That would be horrible.
I like to revisit my 1980s programming every now and then. I like to revisit. Oh shit! Yeah. I like to revisit my 1980s programming. It's nostalgic.
Good song. It's good elevator music. Actually, wait, is that black exploitation music? Is that 70s shit? Sounds like some sick shafts shit. What is it? I've been restricted. Stu, did you restrict my ability to do things?
How do you spell nostalgic?
NOSTALGIC. LIAC.
There's an A in there. That's not. There's no two A's. What the fuck?
Don't try to correct me, bro. And if I'm wrong, he can look it up. Shut up. I don't even like you right now.
I
don't
got
like
it. It worked. I think it's
you.
nostalgic.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, nigga.
I don't know. You sound muffled.
What?
All right, I'm gonna have to play some Ween. So it's time for Ween.
What the fucking
Yeah.
mean?
Never heard Ween before? Oh man, never heard Ween? Oh man, it's on now.
Is that white boy shit?
I'm gonna play
Is it white boy? No, hold up. I just want one question to ask you. Is it white boy shit? Is it white boy shit?
It's some weird ass shit.
So yeah, that means white
Very
boy.
weird, very weird white boy shit. Yeah.
Anything weird is white boy shit. Everything cool is black. So, by the way.
Who?
You're missing it. It's this.
Not you, we're not talking about you because you ain't black.
Oh, no, I was about to say don't be racist. Man, that's crazy.
Who says I can't be racist?
Me and the rest of my non-black identity.
Actually, in reality, the only people telling me I can't be racist is other white people. So fuck them.
Oh, well, I'll join the, I guess, bandwagon. You can't be racist.
Yeah, you have to be racist to say fuck white people who are being racist by not being racist.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Actually,
it's fucking confusing.
You can be racist. In fact, you can be racist as shit. Be racist.
By what?
I encourage you to be racist.
Being cracking jokes on stereotypes, does that make you racist?
Oh no, just let me fall asleep here with weird stuff. I don't know.
Nothing's funny about a dude falling asleep. There's no racist jokes from that. Like, oh, like this.
He's a sleepy black. Look at him. Yeah, he got sleepy because he wasn't working or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but like the whole like laziness thing is not really toward niggas. That's Mexicans. You got shit fucked up.
Well,
and that shit ain't even true because most Mexicans work their ass off, so it doesn't even make sense.
Oh, you just do like some gray man shit. Like I was going along with all the stereotypes.
No, like what you gotta do is you gotta slip out a little bit and find yourself a white woman.
Yeah,
like
I bet you.
Oh God, a white woman, they're just as bad. They're one way or another, they're just as bad. I tell you.
Do something to violate a white woman, and then white people get mad. That's how we get racist. So
they're pretty slutty. White women are very slutty. I mean, they're just
redheaded. Hey, SFM, you like the redheaded bitches?
Actually, I have multiple redheaded bitches who I will never fuck. Who I've actually had to change stores because of their attraction to me, and I don't like it.
No, that does not live up to the stereotype. You are completely useless right now.
Why? It's the truth.
You're useless with the stereotypes.
Dude, I'm not a big penis.
Hey, hold on. Let's go back. When you go to work, do you ever steal things?
No.
Ever?
No.
Like from the bathroom?
No.
Like toilet paper, anything?
Hell no. What? Dude, I get shit from Amazon. I just got my 2 dishwashing liquid bottles today, $13.99. You damn right, well paid. Those some big ass bottles of dishwashing liquid.
Okay, fine. All right, hit that stereotype. Do you hate white people for no reason? Like,
no,
because they're white.
What the fuck? Why would I hate white people? Hold on. No,
because
I hate a lot of. I'm here to say I hate a lot of white
people. Out my way. And if you're one of those white dudes insecure,
I hate a lot of white people.
My biceps are bigger than yours, possibly my dick. Let it go. It's not a big deal. In fact, you'll find out I'm one of the best friends you ever had in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I help dudes out all the time. I don't give a shit.
We can find something about you.
I'm a so-called white boy. I'm a so-called white boy, and I don't even look that white.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna get low.
I look white.
Do you like chicken in any form?
I love chicken. I love watermelon.
Come on, I got a baked chicken recipe that is dope as shit.
Sweet. You should.
Baked doesn't work out for me.
Healthy is healthy.
Can you cook it live? What
about watermelon?
Damn right.
You like that watermelon?
Of course I do.
No, Why would I need?
George,
I need a recipe for watermelon. I don't need a recipe for watermelon.
I do really eat a lot of poultry.
Oh no! One thing is you gotta see. You can't eat too much poultry though. You gotta have the light and the dark meats too. You gotta have the light and the red.
Yeah, I like beef.
Just one the other. You gotta.
I'm pretty sure they'll validate Teresa's right there.
I know it's nice,
Red,
or especially if your situation dictates something at the same time for
that
the
was
travel.
racist.
But you still gotta eventually just get some shit in there. You gotta get that in there.
Yeah, I do eat mostly whole cooked food. I don't eat shit out of the freezer and out of the microwave and
I
all
know
that.
you're talking about. Yeah. No.
I don't eat like that.
You want it defrosted. Of course, you want to actually cook the meal.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's
at least cook your goddamn
to put shit in the oven.
Remember that comedian he said, you know, that comedian Brian Regan, he was talking about
Brian Regan, I know you're talking about.
He was talking about Pop-Tarts. He's like, dude, if all you got is 3 minutes to cook your breakfast, then you're doing your schedule is way too tight, man. You need to loosen that shit up a little bit.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the truth, man. Cook your goddamn meal.
I might watch that stand up tomorrow. I actually might watch that one.
He's got a new show on Netflix. It's hilarious.
Oh, I'm probably gonna watch that then.
Yeah, they brought him back out of the closet, and he's funnier than ever.
I don't know, because there's a lot of comedians. They piss me off.
He's awesome. Yeah,
Most of my diet is Pop-Tarts. I don't know why you guys hate me.
I love Pop-Tarts, but
if most of your diet is Pop-Tarts, it means
yeah, right. You're gonna be hating life, man. You're gonna feel like shit.
I mean, obviously something happened. M.A. won't tell us, and he's dying, and he won't let anyone help him.
Some people have good enough genetics they can get away with that for a little while, but it catches up to you, man.
Yeah, I think I have superior Nubian genetics, so I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is, but okay, you're dying. It's cool. We all understand.
Stuart, you know a Nubian, right?
No.
What is a Nubian? Did you say? I was wondering if I heard you correctly. Did you say Nubian?
Oh, it's a form.
All right, here's the like. Have you heard the whole saying like, "We was kings"? Like, my thing is, I am a king. So that's what Nubian is.
Ah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I don't feel like a king, but I would like to maybe
because you're white.
That way.
Like, you were born white. It's not your fault. I hate you, but I love you. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck?
I hate myself because I'm white. Hey, by the way, you keep drawing white people in your little cartoons, your little animations.
I want to live in an all-white world because I understand.
That's pretty racist. It's pretty racist that you keep drawing like these white figures. I don't like it. Can you change that for me, please?
I have a couple black characters.
I don't believe it.
I do.
Prove it. Prove it right now.
I don't want to
drop it right now. Put your coffee down. No, put your coffee down right now.
You sound like a woman all of a sudden. But no, I'm not. I'm not going to prove it right now. I have a character that's like. I have a character who's sort of a friend with my vigilante white guy, but you know they're more allies. They're more allies than they are friends, and he meets them because he meets this black guy because he's running from the feds and he goes and runs and hides.
Why is he running from the feds? He steal something? Stereotype, racist.
Because he beats the hell out of a corrupt cop on camera in a convenience store.
Because the story makes sense.
Racist. Everything about your story is racist.
I mean, you stop being racist.
You haven't even seen my story.
But you know what? If the black dude is not the hero and fucking like a hot ass white woman, it's racist.
True enough. If you live by an SJ by today's standards. By today's standards. Yeah,
every commercial is interracial, and it's not like a white dude with a black woman. That's crazy. Who the fuck would think about that? It's always a white, meek, weird, goofy looking dude and a really good looking black dude. Like it's always a white bitch and a good-looking black dude. That's the way of the world right now. You need to be cucked via your media, and you need to like that shit. If you don't like that in your comics, you're a bitch. You're a horrible person.
We're all cucked whether we like it or not. But I'll tell you what, that Antifa dude wasn't cucked. That motherfucker was. He was going to go. He fucking was ready. He was ready.
Now you gotta say some crazy shit.
He was ready for war, man. That dude. That guy was. Unless it was all, you know.
You don't feel a bit of
he obviously failed. Yeah, no, I am going to say this. We're all fucking cucked. Like, we're all basically feminists. You think you're not a feminist? You're a feminist whether you like it or not. We're all feminists whether we like it.
Going to a school with a gun is fail RP.
Huh?
Is fail RP.
He's braver than most of the shit-talking people I know that are like, oh, I would do this and I would do that. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You know what I mean? And
obviously, if you look at the footage, I don't think he was really expecting to die. I think he had a gun on him, which is weird. But like he just showed up. I don't think he was planning to use it. For all we know, he had the gun on his hip for like 3 months, year, 5 years. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, he obviously intentionally broke the rule of the no gun zone, so he was intending to break the law. But so I can't say he just had the gun because he was concealed carrying. I can't defend him there. So he obviously was going in there with the intention of breaking the law knowingly, and therefore possibly in his mind he was going to use that gun. Problem is the police bum rushed him. He wasn't as he bitched out. He wasn't as ready as he wanted to be, because if he was really ready, if he was really determined, as soon as he saw the cops approaching him, he would have pulled out his gun and tried to disarm the police. And if one of them made one sudden move, he would have started. He would have started shooting. He would have started shooting at the police immediately.
No, that's not a possibility. So if he was brave, he would have endured the moment. He never pulled out his gun. They would have tackled him on the ground, and later found out he had a gun. He would have went to jail, got out later because he's brown, he's not white.
He failed.
And then his fucking children would still have a father.
I just told you what he didn't do, and he failed.
But the reality is, right now, his child is, guess what? They got some extra shit. Oh, my daddy was a fucking leftist Antifa fag who brought a gun to my school. My mom tells me maybe he was trying to shoot me. All kind of shit.
This country's screwed. His girl's gonna probably. We know we're Mgtow. We know.
And what chance would he have if he was alive? Some sort of chance to show up and say, "Hey, I wasn't around to be a dick. I was just trying to protect you. I'm a cuck. I let your mom, do all the crazy shit, but like I'm here. I'm just fucking here." SFM fell asleep, by the way. He's snoring. I don't know. Well, we got to the heart of the disagreement. You know what? And the heart of the disagreement is emotional. It's not really facts. No, I have to be honest. Like, I disagree emotionally. So, that's all I got. But I think your argument was also emotional. So, that's what I'm saying. S7, really? You just gonna sleep? Gonna sleep on there? On Stu Stream, you're just gonna fall asleep and snore. You're just gonna fall asleep and snore. That's what he's gonna do. He came here to call me out, and then he falls asleep like a punk. Anyway, see, that's my disagreement. I understand why you call him brave, but yeah, I'm not doing it.
in my opinion.
No, you clipped off there. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear your opinion.
Well, somehow something's we can't. Maybe we our communication's not working. Then whatever.
Hey, you gotta you SFM because you fell asleep.
Maybe we should just change the topic. I guess it's like 1:30 anyway, and I gotta I'm gonna watch the rest of this movie and catch some Z's. So it was great talking to everybody, and I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast a little bit. Anyway, I hope I didn't bore everybody. So I'll be back on this weekend possibly, and I'm gonna try to. I try to come on at least once every week or once every other week now. So I'm sure I'll have something to talk about. And I'll just see everybody later. Have a good night.